this is the help video for Access Chapter 7, the Prepare Case B. We are starting, I think it's step 13 and through the end. So what I wanted to show you, in our last query, we learned how to do an inner join, which is kind of the default join when you have more than one table. And it would only return the records that are in intersection between the two. In other words, there's a corresponding record that matches. So there's other kinds of joins that you can have. There's the left join and the right join, and both of those are available inside Access. So the example on the screen is a left outer join. So what an outer join does is it takes the whole record set from one table, whether or not there's a match in the other table. And then it also shows the matches from the other table for those records that exist. Okay, so if you look at my the circles there, for a left outer join, and product would be listed first, so it would be the left. So it would return every product, whether or not that product had been purchased. Then, if there was a purchase made of that product, that information would appear. The rest of the products that didn't have a purchase, that information would be empty in that row. Okay, so we're going to build that first. So let me get this out of the way. And we're going to take a look at this left outer join that lists. And so here's the things that you want: all records from table customer, and then the related records in table schedule. So if we think back to this, table customer would be this one, where we're going to get all the records. And then schedule would be on the right, which would be just those that had a match. And then we want customer first name, customer last name, service, and date of appointment. Okay, so this is going to be the customers left. What is this called? Customer scheduled. So we want to start this, create in query design, and flip over to SQL. I'm going to bring this up so we can see it better. And we're going to start building what we know. So we're going to do a select statement. We know that's first. And from table customer, we're going to do customer first name. From table customer, we're going to do customer last name. From table schedule, we're going to do we're going to do service. From table schedule, we're going to do date of appointment. From, and then we list our two tables, customer. But this time, instead of saying inner join, we're going to say left join, table schedule, on table customer dot customer ID equals from schedule customer semicolon. So the only thing that really is different is here we're doing left, because what we want to understand is we're going to see all customers, right? So if to the left of this, it's customer. We're going to see every record from customer. And then if there's a corresponding information in the schedule table for that customer, we would see it. So I'm just going to copy this and put it here and see what we get. And so here's a perfect example. We see every customer in here, 37. And then So here Emily is in here twice because she had more than one service. but then Erica didn't have any service. So if I had done an inner join, we would not have seen Erica. We would have not have seen Hamish, Blaze, Guy. We wouldn't have seen any of those people because they have not had any kind of a service. So the left outer join let me see all of the customers and then any corresponding. So we're going to go ahead and save that as QRY customers scheduled left. Okay, I said purchases. It's probably left join SQL, a schedule, not a purchase. Sorry. So we're done with 13. All right, let's look at 14. 14 is the exact same way, only we're going to do a right outer join, right? So if I take a look at my intersections of my circles, it's the table that's on the right is going to show in its entirety and then only corresponding on the first table listed, okay? So it works the same way, it's just which one is going to be listed first. So in this particular one, we're going to do scheduled services, right. So let's go ahead and create that in design view, go over to SQL. I'm going to bring up this so we can see it, and let's start building it, right? So the first thing is our select statement. What fields are we doing? So if we come over here, we're looking at service name, date of appointment, customer, fee, and length of service. And really, before I start this, I would just double check what table those are from. So table service, service name, table schedule, date of appointment, table schedule, customer, table service, fee, table service, length. Oh, I'm off the screen. Sorry about that. So what is this going to be? This is going to be length of service. Those are the fields that I need. From my from statement, table schedule, right join, table service on table schedule service equal table service dot service ID. So let me go back and make sure I got this. I'm doing it from memory here. So all records from table service. So here is the right join. So what's on the right? It's going to show everything from service and then any related in schedule. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. Oh, I don't think I put a semicolon on the end there. So make sure you have your semicolon at the end of your SQL statement. And then we're going to put that in here and run it. So we get everything that is in everything that's in service. And then if there's customer information, we get it. We're going to make that so we can see it. Right? So do you see the difference here? I see every service that we can provide, and then if any customers have it. Right? So it looks like no customers have done strength infusion. No customers have scheduled skin renewal treatment. So let's go ahead and save that. QRY scheduled services right join SQL. So just depending on what you want to see. Do you want to see all the customers And then if there's any service, or do you want to see your list of all services and what customers might have used it, right? So they are both valuable and they do two different things. All right, so this next one is a union. So the full join clause does this, where it puts both records from all. Full outer join is not supported in Access, so we have to go at it a different way, because that full is not part of the outer join. It's not a, I'm sorry, let me say that again. The full outer join is not part of Access, so we have to tackle it a different way. So for, I thought we had an example here. We don't have an example of a full outer, so we're going to move on to union. So a union is where you can pull in, it really is like the full join, so it can pull in information for unrelated tables or queries and put them into one set. So what we're going to do here is we want to get a comprehensive phone directory from customers and employees. Well, customers and employees don't have a direct relationship, right? So if we look at this, where's customers? Here's customers and here's employees. There's no direct line between them, right? They have to have this schedule in the middle. In other words, a customer has to schedule with an employee to have a relationship. But I want to get this phone list that shows everybody's phone number, whether they're a customer or whether they're an employee. So we can do this with the union. So part of what this union does is something that it's starting to explore something that we haven't done yet, and that is a query that is different than just a select query, right? Although this is not an action query, it is a select. It is a special type of query. So let's go ahead and do create query design and just close that out. And we're going to look at the query type here, and we've always just left it select. These are action queries, which we're going to get to, but look right here, a union. So if we pick this, Access will automatically take us to the SQL window. So I want to start building that, and we'll build that here. So what we want to do is, what are we going to include? We're going to include first name, last name, customer, phone, customer first name, customer last name, and then, okay. So let's go ahead and start this. So we're going to do our select statement, and customer first name as first name, because it's asking us to rename them here. Do you see these as statements? Customer last name as last name. Let me move this so you can see. As last name, customer phone as phone. Now notice I don't have anything about employee yet, and I don't. So with a union, you get the one information for the one table all done, right? So this on its own, select customer first name, last name, and customer phone from table customer. That's a pretty straightforward. We're just pulling 3 fields from the table. But here's what makes it different. We're going to say union select. So we're going to build a second select statement that's from the employee. So emp first name, emp last name, emp phone from table employee, and then we're just going to order it by last name, first name. Semicolon. So a union, you do two select statements and you join them together, and that pulls, okay, I have a typo. Okay, which one? Customer first name. Customer as first name. Okay, I found my typo, so I went ahead and did my typo. Customer first name. Okay, so let me run it. And look, it's the whole list, and it's employees and customers all together. Two entirely separate tables that have no connection. We were able to use the union to get them together. Super, super cool. Okay, so QRY, complete phone directory, union SQL. All right, we have one last query that I want to talk about. And this is QR customers not in Minnesota. So, customers not in Minnesota. So let's break this down. So we want to display all customers who do not live in Minnesota. In the select statement, include customer ID, customer first name, last name, customer. Sort, save the query, run it. Okay. From table customer. So let's create query design. We're going to switch over to SQL, and I'm going to pull this up so we can so it's bigger. Okay, so we're going to do a select statement. Always begin with your select statement. Then we're just going to start putting in here the fields they want. Customer ID, actually, let's do this. Let's see if this will work. If I can just put customer ID, if I could spell, ID, comma, first name, customer last name, customer state, customer email, from table customer, where, that's the where customer ID not in select customer ID from table customer where customer where that should be capped, where cust state equals Minnesota, semicolon. Let's see if I did it right. Let's see if it works. Let's see what we get. Nope. All right, what do I spelled state wrong. Let's try it again. There we go. No Minnesotas. So let's go back and let's look at the grid first of all. So customer ID, first name, last name, state, email. Got it. Not a problem. Then we have this, which is this little thing here. So not in, select customer ID from table customer where customer state equals Minnesota. So we are adding that in there that is a subquery, right? So within this query, we have a subquery, and that is part of, right? So we can't put all the states the customers are. We want everything but Minnesota. So we're going to do a sub-select for that. We're going to save this as QRY customers not in MNSQL, and we are done with this assignment. So you can go ahead and submit it. Thank you.